to today's tarot party. Mm. I just got back from walking Murphy. It's kind of warm today, to say the least. Celebrating summer, you know how quick summer goes by, right? And today we're going to be drawing you a card at my party. I wish that you were here and I could serve some snacks and beverages to you, like a good party. But right now, what we're dealing up are spiritual guidance. Spirit has such a sense of humor, and I have a feeling that today's readings are going to be gobsmacking. So I welcome you. I'm just lighting up my Palo Santo here. The ancient teachers reminded us that the sacrifice of what we're asking for rises on the smoke of our sacrifice here. So I'm lighting this Palo Santo as a symbol that everyone that comes to the party today will have the desire to give up something, to say, you know what, I just don't need this anymore. I have grand goals. I want to achieve something and I'm willing to do what it takes. How many of you guys can agree? Hey, you guys, welcome. Hi, Divine Timing, I said. Divine Timing, welcome. So glad to see you here this morning. And of course, Bina, magnificent success. Bina, who has been an inspiration to me for a long time right now. So, Bina, I'm going to draw the first card for you, my friend. Because last time I played dice, you guys, that was so much fun. Were you here for the dice game? This much time today, but I am in love with these dog cards. They are so fun. They have blessed me and my clients for a long time right now. And I have a dog and I am deeply touched by the presence of pets in our lives, especially some of us who have chosen a path of singleness where we are at peace with being single. And our dog companions are often so important to us. So great. I'm glad you guys enjoyed the dice game. I will definitely be back and play that again. If you guys are wondering what I'm talking about with the dice game, I did put timestamps on the reading from the full moon. And so you can check back in the navigation for my site and you can find the dice game and take a peek. But we are going to be drawing just a single card today. And I am delighted to begin the readings with a magnificent success. If you would like to have a reading, awesome. I will do my very best to keep track of the chat and to answer a question that you might have. Otherwise, you might want to just get a general reading. What is the energy surrounding your life today? And so, Bina, you are first. And thank you so much for your help on my channel. I totally appreciate you, as you know. Okay, so we have lust. Ooh, um, Bina, what's been going on in your life, my friend? Do you have a crush on someone? Does someone have a crush on you? As I know, your career has been very important to you so far. And also, you did at one point, there was a crush that was happening in your life. And we know that at times, romance can get in the way of career. And so at this point, I would say that the universe is preparing you. You may already have met someone that has got your attention, but also you may be wondering, could this be right? Is this something that you can deal with right now? Now, what I'm noticing are these shadows over here. Notice the shadows. So I feel like your sense of professionalism and your desire to create independence can be shadowy if it hides you from your true heart. If you are ready to have a relationship, you will get signs. For sure. And there may even be people in your family that will say something to you that will strike you as intriguing. Like, could this be for me right now? So, Bina, to contact me, you have my contact information. I would love to be able to answer this question more specifically for you. So, if this is true for you and that there's the opportunity for love and you're wondering about it, contact me and I will. We can chat a little bit. Okay. So, next, divine timing. Divine timing, is there something particular that you would like to have a card drawn today? And welcome, Gray Wolf and Tripping. Glad to see you today. And I'm happy to be able to pull a card for y'all if you would like. Welcome to my party. This is Catherine. It's Pattern Breaker Tarot, and it's all about breaking the patterns that could be holding you back from finding what it is you're truly looking for. So, my divine timing, what's going on for you? Or would you just like to have a general reading? I know I'm on a little bit of a delay. Okay. So, divine timing, let's see what is just in the energy surrounding you. Okay. Hi, Monta. Welcome. Okay, divine timing. Thank you so much for being here and for this card being drawn for you. I feel I'm learning to balance, just exhausted today. Aw, then the card is perfect for you. Many times, what happens with fatigue is it's a sign we're doing too much for other people and we're not doing enough for ourselves. I tend to be in this same place where it's hard for me to see someone that's having a dilemma or being in some kind of discomfort without wanting to run to the rescue. I know that a lot of that is anchored in my childhood. There's a lot of drama and trauma way back then, and it set me up to be a helper at all costs. And so, gratitude to me is absolutely magical because you can practice gratitude without moving. You can practice gratitude while you're resting. It's a good idea. One of the things that I did many times is I would go through the alphabet and I would give one gratitude for each letter of the alphabet. And it was a great way for me to use my time and to be able to just stretch my imagination for that type of a thing. And it's very general. You could be, with the letter A, you could be grateful for apples. You could be grateful for a friend of yours named April, right? You could be grateful for having an audience for what it is that you do. But each time you play the alphabet game, you will find yourself opening up to new ways to be grateful. Okay. Another way that I use gratitude is with the word love, where I'll walk around my apartment or my surroundings and will touch things and say how much I love them. So, right now, within the scope of what I can reach, I can touch my curtains. And when I look at them and say, I love this curtain. I really love this deck of cards. I love this. This is a very heavy meteorite. I bought it in Arizona, in Sedona, where it's very full of vortexes and all sorts of magical shops. I was in a crystal shop and I could not resist this meteorite, which fits nicely in my hand. And it's very heavy. It's also cold. So sometimes when I pick up my meteorite, I'll just hold it in my hand until it warms to the temperature of my hand, which takes a long time. And it just settles me because I'm aware of how cool this stone is. Another word for you, divine timing, is when you're feeling particularly fatigued, it's a good idea to go and get a tall glass of cool water. And as you drink that cool, cold water, feel it go down your throat. See how much of your body can sense the chilliness of that water. These things help us key into the vibration of gratitude and will lift your spirits. But what you need to do, though, is to rest. Do not be shy about saying no to some social invitations. That's something usually I'm encouraging my people to say yes to social invitations so that they can get out of their home a little bit. But what's important for you, divine timing, is to give yourself a divine gift of timing and take a whole day off, unplug from your devices and just rest. Okay. All right. Anybody else would want a reading? Tripping, how about you? May I pull a card for you? What is it that you would like to hear today when it comes to um, your energy? Right now, we have a reversed card. And so that intrigues me always because sometimes when we get, well, I would say all the time. Hi, Christy. Welcome. I'm happy to draw for you. Right now, it seems like general readings are what are easiest if you wish. However, if you have a question, I can pull a question around your specific area of need. Okay. And I'm so glad you found me today. I'm Catherine at Pattern Breaker Tarot, and we're always trying to eliminate the nonsense that separates us from our joy, right? So we have, hang on a second, let me go back here a tiny bit. So we have tripping and then Christy. I just need to write these down so I don't lose track. Thank you for joining me today, you guys. Fantastic. So, tripping, here is your, hold on for a second. Let me go down. Okay. Tripping. Now, this one was upside down. So that always is like an exclamation point. Hi, Susan. Welcome. Glad to have you here. Okay. So, contentment. Be satisfied. So, tripping, the universe today is drawing your attention to that concept of contentment. Okay. Where are you contented? Are you contented? One of the cool quotes about contentment that I love is that as you do, when you're if you have to have a detour in your life, let's say that you have a detour and you want to go over here, but something happens and you have to go over there first. Many times it comes on a road where we're traveling, and the detour takes us off the road onto a side route that can add time to your journey. And some people can be disturbed by that. They don't want to have a detour. But there's a quote that says, when contentment is enjoying the scenery on a detour. So, tripping, I feel for you that you have gotten distracted and that something has been in your way, that you haven't been able to get where you want to get. And so the universe is here saying to you today that yes, you are on a detour. That happens to a lot of people. A detour happens that takes you away from the goal that you're wanting. But similar to divine timing's reading with gratitude, look around where you are. Take a look at the detour that Source has dished up for you and find things to be grateful for. Susan, you are so right. Detours are the scenic route. Thank you so much. I'm adding your name to the list for our reading. Welcome to the party. It's like the readings are the party favors, right? So I would say for you, this dog is in this pail of water, and let's assume the dog is having a bath. The dog might prefer to be running in the field. Certainly, if the dog is like mine, oh, I love that, Sarah. I have the Divine Cats also. In fact, I debated which deck to use today. And welcome to the party. So, tripping. This dog, if it's like my dog, would rather be rolling in the mud. The minute I should post a picture of my dog Bella, she's now passed on, but she was a beautiful white dog. The minute she would have a bath, she would run to the nearest mud puddle and roll in it. I'm not even kidding. So this is a great example of how this dog is going to have a better experience if it can just relax and let itself have a bath. So whatever's going on for you tripping, make sure that you find your sense of humor and don't mind if you're on a detour from where you would like to be. Okay, let me list the names. Christy, Kathy, Susan, and Sarah. You guys are all up for readings, and others of you who are here, welcome. I'm going to try to get as many readings in as I can today. For those of you who were here the other day when I was playing dice, guys, I had so much fun that other day. 3 hours went by like 1 minute. I will be doing dice again, so keep posted. Be sure to join the club. Oh, hi, Dom. You may certainly. Dom, I'm going to put you in there right after Christy because I know you've been here for a minute. So Christy, Dom, Kathy, Susan, and Sarah. Okay. Hi, Liz. Welcome. I'll put you at the bottom of the list. So Christy, here is your card. I'm going to do dominant, I'm not. See, I've got your name in my mind. I'm going to be doing general readings, but if I catch your attention when it's your turn, if you want to tell me your question, I can. Doing the best I can to keep up with all of you wonderful people who are visiting me. My heart goes up to you. Thank you so much for being here. Okay, so now we have Christy. Ooh, interesting. Wow. Christy. Christy, I just get the feeling that there is a call on your life. There is something going on with you right now where you're being pulled and stretched, and questions are going on. It might have come up with you in that full moon from the other day, but there's something that has been pulling your attention, and it's kind of well, you guys, if you haven't been to one of my readings, I tend to just call it like I see it. And it could be that part of this message is for someone else that's listening, but I never hold back because I feel the sense of the story rising so strong in my spirit. So I feel like, Christy, I'm even getting goosebumps right now across my shoulders. And I feel like this middle dog represents you and that you're being pulled into the future. There may be something that you're being asked to do. You may have gotten pulled into a new career opportunity, a new relationship or something. But then there's also a part of you that's dragging behind. There may be some hurts and disappointments from the past. Look at this dog. The dog almost has like heavy eyelids that are just going to pull the heartstrings. And how interesting. This morning, I pulled a picture of Bella, who passed away last September. I'm going to post it on my community today because I'm drawn to her energy. She was the best dog ever, and I hadn't been able to look at her picture much until just lately after all these months. But I feel like the call for you is to release something in the past, okay? And to acknowledge that you did the best you could and that it's a time to just let go and to move forward because there's something honorable about leaving your comfort zone and stepping out into something new. Christy, working on a big project. Yes, this can be absolutely. The hurt always brings lessons and healing, but sometimes it takes a while. And also, it can take an opportunity to pull you out of the pain of the past. Now, you guys know that I do tapping. Tapping is, yes, I just started just how many minutes ago? Just 15 minutes ago. Welcome back. But tapping is a remedy. It's a miracle remedy. It's easy to do. I love to tap with my clients. It's something that I would love to do for you. My website is manifestfaster.com and it explains all of my services. Plus, there's a lot of free advice there. You'll see a tab in in the navigation that says "Start Here." So tap "Start Here," and it'll bring up an archive of ideas that you can use to let go of that past and walk forward. Okay, my friend? A beautiful reading for you. I don't remember seeing your name, Christy. So if you're new here, thank you so much for coming, and be sure to hit that subscribe button so you know when I'm going live. Yes, manifestfaster.com. Bina, would you put a note and put manifestfaster.com so that our friends can find the free resources? Thank you so much. Another thing that I do is I create private videos for you that I pull many cards from several decks and do a detailed video just for you. That information is also available on the website. So let's go to Dom. Hello, Dom. Let's pick a card for you, my friend. And let's see what we have. Openness. There's nothing like a happy dog. Let's all hit the hearts. Here's where you do the pretend because I don't have a button. But hit the hearts for those of us who have and love our dogs. Sarah J., I know that you're here, a dog fan, because without dogs, where would we be? Dogs never slam the door. They never get snarky. They are always faithful, loving companions. And don't get me started on cats. Cats are fabulous, and we need our animal friends to keep us up to speed. Now, openness. Dogs have no shame. Dogs lick their private parts, right? Not to get graphic, but dogs have no shame. They are right out there. They're wide open. Okay. Okay, hang on for just a little bit. Yeah, I love cats. I wanted to get a cat, but my dog Murphy is a Jack Russell mix. Very much looks like this a degree of excitement, and I Googled it to see if it would be possible to get a cat with a Jack Russell Terrier, and it said never do that because you would have to spend 23 of 24 hours training that animal to not chase the cat. So I had to be open to saying no to the cat. Oh, yeah, my Jack Russell mix is fascinating. Hi, Bhargavi. Welcome. I will put your name in the list. Right now, we have Christy, Dom, Kathy, Susan, and Sarah. And Christy, I'm going to just put a little heart by your name that I'm done. So, Dom, I love that you have that dominant name to your, let's see, let me write down. Okay. If I miss your name, just let me know again, and thank you for being patient with me, y'all. I love you. Okay, so here we have this openness. So I would say your main message, Dom, is to live up to your name. Okay, with that name being dominant, what you're going to want to remember is that it's important to stay balanced. If you have a strong personality and you like to be in charge, I think that's fantastic. I have a relative who started off as a law clerk, and she decided no, she could not be a clerk. She had to be an attorney, and then went to school to become an attorney. She's got such a strong personality that people misunderstand her, they misinterpret her. So what I want you to be open to is how can you be submissive in part of your life? Submissiveness is equal to the word deference. Deference, not difference, but deference, because when you defer to someone, it's the ability to quiet your own personality and have respect and kindness for someone. So that is so important for you, Dom, as you go forward with your strong personality. Notice how one ear is up and one ear is down. You want to put your attention on to the same um, uh, mindset that knows how to listen openly, but turn that ear away if what you're hearing is not what you're wanting. Don't be in a hurry to jump at someone. Make sure that you consider all sides and be open to being deferential because that's going to bring you a lot of victory. Okay. Embrace the possible. When you do have that strong, um, inclination, being open to appear weak is what will open doors for you. Kind of a strange reading there. Be sure to email me. My email address is patternbreakertarot@gmail. Sometimes these readings seem odd to me, but the person goes, oh, yeah, no, 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 you got this. This is good. Thank you, A. Thank you for running interference for me, A. I appreciate that. I will do the very best I can. Right now, I have a list of people. We're going to be Kathy, Susan, Sarah, and then Bhargavi. So if I've missed your name, oh, I have Edith's, Extra Edith's. Hi, Extra. I'm going to put you at the end of the line. Anybody else that would like a reading, I will add you. Remember, this is an open party and lots of people can stop and stay and be in and out. I will be adding the timestamps at the end of the reading so that you can come back and review. Okay. So let's go forward here. And we have Kathy. Hi, Kathy. Oh, Kathy. Hi, Justina. Welcome. I'm so glad you're here. So here we have Kathy's reading. My tummy is growling right now. I'm not sure if you could hear it, but Kathy, this makes me feel that I think you're hungry for something, okay? There's something about what's going on right now that there's a hunger in you for something that you are not sure of. Okay, there's insecurity because it's not coming yet. It could be love, it could be career, it's something that you've been really wanting. And you're being very helpful to the universe. I'll add your name, Justina. Kathy, you are taking on some of Source's work. Source is Source. You are welcome, my friend Dom. Source doesn't need your help. Source needs your love, affection, and trust. When this dog comes with the leash, so the dog is with the leash, it's already fetched the leash and is waiting patiently. So the integrity, what we're needing for you, Kathy, presenting an all together you is just do a bit of an audit, Kathy. And this thing that you're wanting, do you really want it? This may be something that you've wanted for a couple of years now, where you're waiting for something. And I always say, if you've been waiting a long time, you need to go back and check and see, do I really still want this? So, for example, some of my clients have wanted to find their soulmate for years. No kidding. Some of them think that an ex is going to come back. And that's deep, and often it'll take more than one card to untangle it. So, if you are holding on to something you've wanted for a long time, just get out a piece of paper and write down why. Why is it that you want to have that? Because you might discover you don't want it as much as you thought. For example, I have a client, her name is Janice. She comes quite often. You may have seen her. Janice was sure she wanted to be a millionaire. She was absolutely, positively convinced the number one goal of her life was to be rich. But guess what? She also wanted a soulmate. So 15 years ago, she had to decide to put aside her desire for wealth and focus all of her attention on the soulmate. And indeed, she met the love of her life. I actually did the wedding 10 years ago for her. So that's what I'm saying, Kathy. Is there something in your life that you think you want, but that you are not actually wanting it as much as you thought? That is personal integrity, and it's being honest with yourself. and your highest being. Okay. So that's true for all of y'all, everybody that's listening to me right now. Make sure that what you're wanting is truly satisfactory for you, right? Be honest with yourself. A lot of times people think they want something that's not actually true. So let me take a sip of my tea. Mm, thank you. And let's see. Okay, moving forward. Who's next? Who's next? Next is Susan. Hi, Susan. Susan, I love your comment about Doug's. Hey, foodie. I think I recognize you from another reading. Sorry, my throat's a little scratchy. So, Susan, when my throat gets a little scratchy, what I am aware of is that someone is not, it's not easy for them to speak their truth. Okay, Susan? So, the first thing that we're wanting is for you to just be aware. Is there an area in your life that you are not? It's hard for you to speak your truth. Okay. So let's look here. Oh, celebration. Ah, okay. So I love this because look at how all of these dogs are raising their hand. So, how many here right now are waiting for Source to do something exciting? How many here, if you could raise your paw, how many are waiting for Source to show up in a major way? Okay, hit the thumbs up. Everybody who's listening right now, are you hoping that Source has a surprise for you? And you can hit the heart button at the bottom because it's so true, isn't it? That we can kind of be a little bit bossy when it comes, yes, when it comes, I forgot to put your name in there. I'm putting your name right after Sarah because I'm sorry. I want to be sure. Is such a loyal follower and thank you so much. SS, I'm going to say 2912, 2912. I'll put you on the list. I'll read the list here in a second, but let me just finish Susan's reading. So, Susan, here we are with the celebration. Acknowledge your victories. Okay, so there's a card in the tarot deck that's the Six of Wands. And in the Six of Wands, it's a card that directs us to enjoy what's here now on our way to where we're going. So, Susan, there's something you're waiting for. Okay. And this is the key to advancement. Many times we miss the tiny celebrations that surround us every day. An interesting challenge is to pay attention to gifts that are given to you or things that you find. If you find something, I am on a roll with finding coins. I find pennies just about every day. Okay. And they're at the railroad tracks most often. Sometimes twice a day I will find pennies. And I've been picking them up as a sign from the universe because it's so unusual, literally well over 100 pennies. And so Susan, oh, I love that. Okay, perfect. I see a sense of urgency and when I said about not being able to use your throat chakra and speak your truth, so what I want you to do, Susan, this is a strong message. And these four darling dogs are all waving to you, Susan, and they're saying, we are here for you. These are representative of angel energy. I want you to out loud. Here's an affirmation that I love. Okay. I am so thankful and relieved now that the money is settled from my house being sold. I am so grateful and relieved now that my house is sold and everything is settled. I am overwhelmed with gratitude and relief now that my house is settled. There's something about assuming a future state. It's called the law of assumption. But when we speak out loud with something that assumes our problem is solved, it's kind of crazy, but it puts us in a wonderful vibration for attraction. Okay. Another one I love is even though I don't know how, I have my house money right now. Even though I don't know how, my house is all settled now. As you use your voice to speak out these future affirmations, you will be shocked at the good things that will happen. Then the next step is to keep a log, write it down. Anything that comes your way that is positive, anything that you can receive from source, when you create that list, you build evidence for yourself that you will um, achieve what it is that you're looking for. Okay. I saw that you're engaged. Congratulations. Now, right there is something to be grateful for. So, like I said, Susan, take your specific thing that you need and put it into that affirmation. I am so happy and thankful now that I have signed the title papers. I know it feels flaky to speak in words that haven't happened yet, but this flaky person that's speaking to you, I have lived this out powerfully in my whole life. It's not necessarily easy to live a life of assuming the future, but it is very, very fun. And you will achieve things that you never dreamed of. Okay, my friend? Again, if you're curious, you want to speak to me more in depth about your situation, if you'd like for me to make you a private video, you can find all the information at manifestfaster.com. And I would love to do a private reading for you. It sounds like you've got a lot going on. Okay, we're moving on to Sarah. Sarah, I always have to tell the Sarah story, you guys, because Sarah's been watching me probably, it's been a while, I know, Sarah. And one time I had a candle right here and I was pulling the cards for Sarah and I was mixing the deck, and one of my cards flew into the candle and caught on fire. I'm not kidding. I pulled it out, and it was the Three of Swords, which is a card that illustrates when someone's in pain. And it was true for her. And I just always remember that Source is here with me as Source is there with you, and that we are sharing energy. When you hit the thumbs up, you're completing a spiritual link here, and you draw my energy toward you as well as enable me to read the energy around you. So don't be shy about hitting that thumbs up or joining the energy here in any way. Tapping the hearts down here is another way to link with me, and it helps me to be able to serve you. Okay. Um, uh, 2912, you can go to manifestfaster.com, explains all my services. Okay. Thank you, darlings. And thank you for that thumbs up. I notice you. It's like you guys give me a hug with the thumbs up and I receive it. Okay, so next we have A. A, thank you for being here. You got to be here for the dice game. Wasn't that fun, A? I just had a ball with those dice. Okay, so A, what is, when you were looking at love, what is it, Source, that A needs to know today? Okay. Oh, A. Okay. I know you well enough, even though I don't know you well. I know you well enough to know that you want me to read it as I see it, with nothing holding back. Okay. Hi, Mrs. Jones. Welcome. Mrs. Jones, speak to me. I love that. I'll put you at the list. Mrs. Jones, what we have here, let me read the list so you guys know where you are in the line. I have Bhargavi, Extra, Justina, 2912, Liz, and then Mrs. Jones. Okay, so what I noticed first is how sad this dog looks, right? Look at those eyes. Look at that sadness. Now, many times when people are in the world of manifestation and you're in the world of believing that your thoughts create things, right? And that being positive about your life brings you the best results. There is no question. Abraham Hicks is a teacher that I love dearly. You can find many YouTubes with Abraham Hicks information, and they talk about contrast and the fact that every day there's the opportunity for disappointment. You cannot escape it. You cannot escape grief. You cannot escape sadness. You cannot escape snarkiness. It's part of our human condition. And so, what they teach is something called pivoting, that the minute you catch yourself in a negative frame of mind, that you switch, that you create a positive frame of mind or neutrality to overcome what's bothering you. Those of you who come to my channel, you know that's all I'm about is helping people pivot because there's no such thing as a life without victim energy. This is not an easy message for me to give because people don't like when people say you're being a victim. Right away, you want to say, I am not. Trust me, I feel the same way. And I feel how my victim energy comes out is with being envious. If I hear of someone that I know that has something that I don't have, for example, let's use the example of a cat. When somebody posts a picture of their cat and say how much they love it, I feel a stab of envy. Now, I can't have a cat because my dog would like to chase it all day long, and I don't want to live with that turmoil. So I have to take my envy, my bit of feeling like a victim. Oh, poor Catherine. I can't have a cat because I have a dog. I could let that drag my mood into the sewer. I could just be so sorry for myself that I don't have a cat that I could forget to rejoice that I have a fantastic dog. So, A, what does this have to do with you? Notice how this fence is here, and notice how the fence is actually absorbed into the dog. That energy of being caged has captured it, okay? I know that you don't think you are a. I know. I totally get it. But source is here saying that if you deny a negativity, you strengthen it. All right. So it's just a call for you to be aware and practice your pivoting. Because if you look behind the dog, it's freedom. Okay. So as you go through this next week, because I know that you'll probably be back here next Sunday, pay attention to twinges. I wish I had. Okay. I wish I had blank. I wish I had. Now we're talking about love, right? So when you notice that one of your friends is engaged, or when you see a picture of a couple, or when you're walking outside and you see a couple holding hands, that is knocking on the victimhood door. And it's okay. I have a friend right now that I'm working with, and I told her, I want you to think of why people would envy you. So, A, that's true for you too. On purpose, think of somebody that has what you don't have. Let's say they're married. You look at that person and you wish you were married, right? Instead of that, think to yourself, what is it about your life that that connected person could envy? Because there's something, I'll guarantee it. We can't cut off envy. It's a human condition. That's like wanting to go outside and say, well, I'm going to choose that gravity doesn't work today. I don't want to believe in gravity. I think it's ridiculous, and I'm going to walk outside and I'm not going to have gravity today. How silly would that be, eh? Right? It's ridiculous. So don't assume that you are not a victim sometimes. Are you human? then you have it. Got it? So this is a sincere card. And it's a card that says reaction teaches everything. Exactly. And so that twinge, that tiny little, oh, I wish I had that, that's your opportunity to find that shadow inside and to use it to bounce back. Abraham Hicks, which I hope you listen to their videos because they're fantastic, but Abraham will never say, don't want, it's not right to want to be completely positive. It's not even possible. Okay. And so I wish you good luck. I want for you to find what it is you're looking for when it comes to love. But there's this tiny, itty bitty seed of victimhood that you need to dig up and let it grow so that you can use it to make your plan for what is your ideal love. All right. Remember, go to my, if you haven't been to my website yet, be sure to go. And there is a place there that says start here. There must be 15 sources. Start here, go there, and you will find 15 articles that I've written about love. I'm not even kidding. And they're full of practical advice. So write it down, manifestfaster.com, and go there. That action step is going to be a valid teaching technique for you, my friend. Okay. And any of the rest of you, if you're looking for love, I have a library of free materials. You go there, check it out. Okay. Not everybody wants to have a private video. I'm happy to do that. But if that's not what you're looking for, go get the information that I've written for free. Okay. So now moving forward to Bhargavi. Bhargavi, welcome. I'm glad you're here. Let's just pull our card on Bhargavi. We have an upside down card. What that means is this card has an exclamation point, and that means lean in and pay attention. Okay. Anyone who's watching right now, yes, you, the one who just came alive right now. I see you over there. You just popped into the reading. Claim it for you. Okay. There's an exclamation point on this card. Let's see what dog we have for Bhargavi. Bhargavi, we have allowing. Now, if you are a fan of Abraham Hicks, you know that they talk about the art of allowing, the art of allowing. Allowing, they teach that the minute that you're aware something is missing from your life, the minute that you are aware that you don't have your soulmate yet, your house has not sold, you're still working at that old job and you've been wanting that career, whatever it is, that source knows it, that source pays attention, that you the higher self, your future self goes to work to bring about the thing that you're wanting. But you must get ready to receive. You must prepare yourself to receive. Notice that this dog is taking a step. The action step, how do you receive? You don't try to figure out how to get the thing, not at all. You don't want to take action if you're still having grief and sadness and frustration because you don't have it yet. That's not the right energy. The right energy is to find your way into the mood that you will have once it's here. That's why I like to use that affirmation. I am so happy and thankful now that my thing is here. I am happy and grateful now that I am receiving what I want. I know it feels flaky to say something that's not happening yet, but that's what the art of allowing is. So, Bhargavi, I don't think English is your native language. So, when you search for Abraham Hicks, search for Abraham Hicks in your native language. If you speak Hindi, there are a lot of Abraham Hicks videos that are in your native language. Honestly, it will sink more deeply. So anybody that's listening right now, if English is not Hi, Elyssa. I will put you in line, my dear. But if you do not speak English as your language of origin, thank you for being here and listening to me. But you will have deeper results if you listen to Abraham Hicks or any information about manifesting in your native language. Okay, let it happen. Even though I don't know how, I am letting it happen now. One of my favorite affirmations. Even though I don't know how, I am letting it happen now. I would completely add that to your list, okay? Your list of tasks. When you're taking your action step toward what it is that you're wanting, you will find your answer if you allow yourself to let it happen. I know this sounds um, kind of wishful thinking a little bit. I realize that. But your brain, your mind wants to support your manifesting. I promise you that. I have lived this way over 25 years right now, and it's not easy to do some of these techniques because your mind might say, well, this won't work. Well, that's the power of coming to the tarot party. Every Sunday, I have a tarot party sometime between 10 o'clock a.m. my time, Central Time, and 11. And I also pop in and do surprise live readings like I did this last week, where I dropped dice and told stories from dice. It was very fun. Okay, so thank you very, very much, Bargatze, for being here. And now, Extra, you are next. Oh, excuse me, let me grab some of my tea. Mm. Oh, Saretta, I love that. I'm going to put your name on the list. I love a good tarot party too, trust me. This is the brightest part of my world. And I will tell you guys, I'm waiting on some things. I have some things, you know how when a woman is pregnant and has that baby in her belly, or you know how when you plant your garden and the corn seed, the corn kernels are planted in the earth and you can't even see anything growing and you want to go out there and say, "Where is it?" Well, it's silly to put pressure on the source because everything's coming in its own good time. But I am really happy and excited when I'm able to do these readings because it fills my heart with joy. And so I use uh, the very, very same affirmations that I'm teaching you guys. And that's on my manifestfaster.com. Let me write SumTymz. I'm writing your name too. I use the same affirmations for my own life. Trust me. I know that the exact right people come into my life for my private videos. I don't care who comes. I just know they are coming. And so I use that same affirmation. I am so thankful and happy now that I am making private videos for the exact right people. It really helps me. So, Extra, I see you. MagiKel. Oh, yay. MagiKel is one of my most faithful subscribers. I think you hit every single one of my tiny videos, MagiKel. I appreciate you, my dear friend, and I am putting your name on the list. Stina, yes, you are on the list, and you're right after. Let me read the list right now, guys. Okay. So let me put down MagiKel. Everybody say hi to MagiKel. Such a faithful friend. Let's hit our hearts up. Thank you, MagiKel. So Extra, you are next. Justina, 2912, Liz, Mrs. Jones, Elyssa, Saretta, SumTymz, and MagiKel. You guys are all in queue. So thank you for being here so much. I have goosebumps in my body right now. I just feel that everyone is who's listening right now. You were called here for divine purpose. If you don't have time to hang out and wait for your reading, be sure to piggyback on somebody else's card because these cards are truly for everybody. This is a reading for the collective as well. Hold on for just a second. I have to run away from my desk for just a second. I will be right back. I'm just getting a cushy for my tushy so that I can sit. Oh, there. Oh, that's much more comfortable. Oh, let me have a sip of my tea. And we're moving forward. So extra. Let's take a extra. So I the card is upside down, so there's a double meaning here. Number one, it could be that this card is for somebody in the collective, somebody who just turned my channel on right now. You know who you are, don't leave. And then also we have our card for extra. So again, with the reversed card for you, extra edits, what this is for it's like a well, how can I say? Um, okay, what's the word? The word extraordinary is coming to me. The word extraordinary. There's something going on right now. Extraordinary. Oh gosh, how curious because extra's in your name. But there's something going on with you right now when it comes to your situation where you're not seeing everything that you could see. Okay. There's something you're not seeing. So this is true of other people on this reading right now. There's a security blanket. There's something that is separating you from seeing everything that you need to see. Intimacy, what could that mean? What I'm sensing is that there was someone that you trusted. Again, apply this to your personal situation. There was somebody that you trusted in the past, and it was an unusual situation. Cats and dogs don't always get along together, right? Dogs can chase cats, cats can scratch a dog on the nose. People sometimes worry about a cat's safety with a dog. There's two things cats can do. Number one, they can jump into any tree or on top of any furniture anytime they want. How many times have you heard a story about a cat being chased all the way up a tree and is afraid to get down, right? But cats take care of themselves. Dogs are can sometimes be vulnerable and clueless because they want to play with the animal cat like they would play for another with another dog, but they will get hurt. This cat will strike that dog on the nose with an open claw, and that dog will never bother the cat again. So, what I'm reading here is that there was an intimate situation. It could have to do with physical, it could have to do with a physical situation that was intimate, but not necessarily. It could be even with girlfriends. Do you know that sometimes the deepest hurt that a person can go through, a woman can go through, is friendships in in the teenage years? Friendships with teenage girls, immature women are deadly. They are harmful. There's so much cattiness, right? So much gossip, backbiting. It's so difficult sometimes to have good friendships with children. Children, because adult humans do not fully develop till they're 25 years old. Did you guys know that? The Everybody reach up and touch your forehead right now. Touch your forehead. Go ahead. Do it. Touch your forehead. That part of your brain does not finish developing until you're 25, which means your relationship skills are slow developing. And if you had an intimate friendship or relationship anytime before you were 25 years old, you could be carrying, yep, frontal lobe. Absolutely. The cerebral cortex does not finish developing until you're in your 20s. So, any harmful relationship that broke your heart, when you think back, your heart is still broken over something that happened before you were 25. That scar tissue is holding you up. So, you do need to get open and get close to the parts of you that you pinched off, that you chose to close the door. I will never be hurt like that again. That's keeping you from trusting the process of life. Okay, my dear extra. So I know that's a lot to take in, but I would sincerely take a look at some inner child work on YouTube. There's a website, it's called Wu Wei Wisdom. Hang on a second. I feel drawn to write that down for you. Hold on. Hold on. I just want to write it down because it's such a good website. Wu Wei Wisdom. They have hundreds of videos. I think it's wuweiwisdom.com, but you'll find their channel on YouTube, and they teach about this very thing. And yes, the inner child and the parts of your personality that have been um, disempowered. Without that inner wisdom, you're just always second guessing yourself. I have goosebumps running down my arms right now. I just feel this is such an important message for you, my darling, mainly because it was came upside down, right? So, whatever part of your life, whatever's going on right now where you feel like you need to make that decision, just buy yourself some time and go to Wu Wei Wisdom and listen to one of their videos. It's a couple that does them, and they are absolutely wonderful. Okay. Thank you so much. Don't be surprised, my visitors. I know some people just turned on right now. So, welcome. I'm glad you're here. I'm Catherine. This is Pattern Breaker Tarot. We have tarot parties every Sunday, and the cards are so good to us. When we do tarot parties, the cards are really good to us, aren't they? Let's hit the heart at the bottom there. Where's my little button? Yeah, push my button. Also, be sure to hit the thumbs up. It completes the loop. It helps me tune into your guidance, and I'm able to read more accurately. The more of us that collaborate here, okay, you will get a deeper reading as you join my energy. Okay, so let me read through the list. Justina, my darling, you're so patient and hearts to you. And I have Justina, 2012, 2912, Liz, Mrs. Jones, Elyssa, Saretta, SumTymz, and MagiKel. You guys are in the list. Justina, let's pull a card for you. Thank you for staying. Thank you for all of your concern. And yes, smash the like button for sure, because that's the best way for YouTube to continue to invite people to our tarot parties. Okay. Justina, let's see what the deck has for you. Okay, Justina, put your hand on your heart, Justina. Everybody, let's flood Justina with hearts. Oh, I have room down here. I'm just going to grab my crystals here. I didn't pay attention to how much space I have. And so I'm just going to put a heart here. There. I like that better. Because this is about loss, okay? So thank you so much, A. But I'm putting this here because it's filled with these wonderful crystals. Um, Justina, I don't know if you've had a current loss, if something is currently lost, you could have gone through a breakup. I'm kind of thinking there's breakup energy on this. Could that be true for you, Justina? Is there some breakup energy on here? Um, it is difficult when there's loss. Okay. All right. Thank you, Justina. I feel this. I mean, I feel like a stabbing pain in my left chest muscle. So I really feel that that grief has been a very, very difficult thing. Thank you, everyone, for sending Justina love. Take a deep breath. What strikes me here is it's confusing with loss, and dogs, they are so faithful, aren't they? They are so, so faithful. And many times, um, okay, I'm just seeing Snehal Joshi, I'm just going to add your name to the bottom of the list, okay? So you know that I see you. And then um, for sure, just stay patient, okay? But let's get back over here. You don't need to repeat, okay? Joshi, no need to repeat. Justine, Justina, when I look at this dog, I do see the sadness. Can you see the sadness? But what we're going to notice here is that they're light. Can you see that little bit of light in the dog's eyes? Um, as we are um, looking for the light. Okay, so this dog has been groomed. I have a dog. I groom my dog because if I didn't groom him, his hair would cover his eyes. And I can tell by the kind of dog this is that this dog has been groomed. So it shows me, Justina, that you are a woman of faith, that you are a woman who believes in life after. I just feel that so completely. And that you and your family have done the very, very best you can to go forward, and that you are grooming your spirit. Makes sense? And then I can't help but notice this rascal hair that's coming out here. And I Murphy has the same face. I should put a picture of Murphy on my channel so you guys can see him. But sometimes, even though I groom all of this hair around his eyes, one will grow faster and this one will obstruct his view. So I feel that what's going on here, Justina, is that you are a little impatient with yourself. I think there's part of you that does feel like, why aren't I feeling better? It's going to be a year and etc. And I think that this art of allowing, the art of allowing is important for you to deal with. I'm going to pull somebody gave me a gift. I operate with something that I call invisible money because many times people will give me things, and if I don't have to use my own money, I call that invisible money. But somebody gave me this, and I'm just feeling drawn to put it here for you especially right now, Justina. Okay, because I believe that spirit is here. There's no accident that you came for the reading. And I'm just going to read this. So, anybody who's had loss lately, could you just put your hand on your heart? Hi, Kritika, welcome. Put your hand on your heart right now and just and read this with me. Read this with me. God, grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, the courage to change the things I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. Okay, this thing here, the wisdom to know the difference, is the real tricky part, isn't it? The courage to change the things I can. This was given to me, and it was such a beautiful gift because all of us need this reminder, especially this reader. Okay, so how do we apply it to you, Justina? It's very important that you not feel, excuse me, that you not carry grief or guilt around when you're starting to take your positive steps. Okay. Yes, it's okay for you to socialize. Yes, it's okay for you to have joy. Sometimes some of the people in your family, if they're not where you are, and it's hard for you to see them in their pain, but you are being drawn to move through this grief. And you can get false guilt that's like, well, it's not fair for me to be happy. My brother isn't here anymore. He can't be happy, which I would question because my faith says that he's alive and well. And that if your brother wanted to give you a message today, it would be, I'm fine, Justina. I'm fine. Allow yourself to grieve and walk forward. You may want to conduct a healing ceremony. You may want to write a letter to your brother and just speak your heart and then burn the letter and allow that smoke to rise. In fact, I'm feeling drawn to use my Palo Santo on your behalf, Justina. I'm just gonna notice the breeze of my fan is blowing the flame. I just feel like there's so much energy here for you around movement and allowing yourself. So now as I release this smoke on your behalf, Justina, it's important that you move, walk, dance, and see the light that's ahead for you. The last thing your brother would want is for you to lose opportunity for joy. Okay. My heart goes out to you, my friend. Everybody, again, send a bunches and bunches of love to Justina and her family. And thank you for being here. I'm so glad that you came to the party today, Justina. I will keep you in my prayers this week. Okay. You might want to take a peek over at my channel. It's got, you can hit the button that says start here, and I do have some resources in there for loss and grief also that you'll find. Okay. Oh my goodness. Those of you, who of us hasn't suffered loss, right? Who of us? We all have suffered from loss, and I just thank you for being here today with me, Justina. Okay, so now we have 2912, Liz, Mrs. Jones, Elyssa, Saretta, SumTymz, MagiKel, and Joshi. So although I think Joshi is no longer on the list. Yeah, if y'all just I really appreciate when y'all just ask that question one time because it is it just takes up space to repeat, and sometimes we will put you in timeout. And just like when you're a little kids don't like being in timeout, but sometimes I have to do it. Okay, so our next card, 2912. Let's see here. Oh, Kritika. Yes, absolutely. Thank you, my friend. I'll add you to the list. Kritika. Okay. Let's draw a card for 2912. I appreciate when you all have numbers in your names because I don't like mispronouncing. For those of you who are right here, right now, you just clicked on my channel, you're just starting. I'm Catherine. Thank you for coming to my tarot party. We are all about breaking up the patterns that are holding us back for what we're wanting. Speaking of holding us back, resistance. Ooh, look at that. Don't you love how dogs play? Don't you love it? I mean, and when they're puppies, they'll roll around on the floor, bite each other. They will be tugging at the toy. Who's going to get this toy? And so right now, what I'm seeing 2912, and you guys who are here right now, who is it you're tussling with? Okay, who is it right now? Somebody in your family, somebody who does not see life like you do. Okay. Yes, this is anybody. And remember, you guys, you do not have to, you can participate in a card even if I don't call your name. And especially because this card is important. I'm picking up this energy of family squabbling. I have family squabbling. There are some of my family who are quite political, and right now you can't talk to them without them insisting that they're right. And then if I'm over here on this chair and I don't agree with them, if I join their energy, I am causing conflict. And then I might think, oh no, I'm not causing conflict. This person over here is the person. They're wrong. And then they, of course, think that you're wrong. And all of a sudden, you're having a tug of war that nobody can win, right? Why do I say it could be a family member? Because this frisbee is red. Red is the color of the root chakra, which is my symbol of our family of origin. And not only our family of origin, but back in time, ancestors, that there's this fight that's going on. And you know what? It will come to no good. You will never have a winner over some of these squabbles. Nobody wins. And the more you're resisting, that person's ugly nature, right? It's not pretty if somebody has a certain perspective, especially if it's filled with just rudeness towards someone else. If somebody else has a rude opinion and you feel like that's not fair, and I kind of love that we have these dogs that are in competition with each other because what started out as playful could turn into something ugly. And the longer you resist, the longer you're fighting, the longer the fight will last. Imagine, if you will, my friends, what if this dog let go of that frisbee? What would happen? What would happen to this dog? It would fly out of the picture, right? Because all of the energy that it's using to pull, if that were suddenly released, instant change. So, my dear friend 2912, I know it's hard. Believe me, I've been there. But if you can stop arguing, and when the person says something disagreeable, all you do is nod and you say, okay, okay. You would be shocked. You don't have to agree. You don't ever have to say, I agree with you. But if you just say, okay, there's nothing to argue about, it will release the pressure. It's important to stop fighting. They may deserve to be hollered at, but it's not your place. You've said your piece. You need to release that. Sometimes you have to stop seeing this person. Sometimes, if there's going to be a party or a family gathering and you're like, I don't want to go because I know it's going to be ugly, then don't go. But you have a choice. The fight that you're in is going to keep going as long as you feel it's important to speak your mind. Now, I'm not saying this out of my own, excluding my own experience, because there are some family members right now that we are on such different tracks of understanding. There's no one in my family. I have a large family. There's no one in my family that values the tarot readings. They think I'm a little wacky, and I allow that. I used to be shy about doing the readings because I thought, well, how do I know my thoughts are valuable? And well, now I do because y'all are here. But I don't try to talk about my work with my family. They're not interested, and so I respect that. I could have arguments and try to talk them into why tarot is so terrific, but I won't. So your message today, my dear 2912, what argument can you stop? How can you hold back, let go, and let that person have their opinion? Okay, let's move forward. Liz, my friend Liz, you are next. And thank you so much for being at the tarot party. Those of you who are just joining, thank you. I have 2020 at the top of my um, screen. Hold on just for a second. I have to adjust something. Hold on, my friends. Let me just plug in my phone. I don't want to run out of energy for you guys. Okay, perfect. All right, Saretta, welcome, MagiKel. Okay, awesome, awesome, MagiKel. I'm just glad you can listen. That's perfect. I love this love deeply. I bought years ago when I was living in San Diego area. Then I went down to Mexico. I lived in Mexico almost 4 years. That was deeply moving. And I love that this symbol has been with me for years. And it's such a theme for the tarot parties here because at the end of the day, being able to love yourself is what we're all about here, being able to love yourself. And so, how we are treated by other people often is reflected in how we treat ourselves. Just throwing that in there. Okay, next we have Liz, and then Mrs. Jones, Elyssa, Saretta, SumTymz, MagiKel, and Kritika. And so we have another reversal, Liz. So with this card, this is my symbol that this card is for someone who has just joined us. You have just clicked in, you are brand new here. Do not click off because this card is for you. It is also a message for Liz. It's got like an exclamation point, and this is an important message for you, Liz, to oh gosh, it's so interesting that I just talked about self-love because this card is very important for anyone who feels that you deserve respect and dignity. So you are successful and other people see it. And in fact, other people are envious of you and you like, nobody would be envious of me. And yet, your success is seen by everybody but you. So, Liz, I don't know what it is that you do. Are you a musician? Are you a writer? Are you a Reiki practitioner? There's something around what you do that is not honored by everyone. And so, the people that do enjoy your work, the people that love your work, they may even give you compliments, but you're not receiving them. Here is this dog with this chewy. Now, my dog, if I give my dog a chewy, he never sits like this. He grabs that chewy and he devours it, right? So he takes his treat and consumes it. So what I'm seeing for you, Liz, is you're not consuming your treat. You are not able to believe how successful you are. And the people in your life see it more clearly than you do. And it's so important that you accept your success. This does have a little bit of that Six of Wands energy again, kind of a repeat of that, where unless you recognize and honor yourself for the success that you have a limit on your success. So imagine that there was a ceiling right on top here, that you can only be as successful as you believe you are. This is a common issue amongst people who practice what I call the softer professions, massage therapy, Reiki, being a reader. Um, what's that other? Oh, feng shui, the things that are, okay, hold on a second to adjust again. Thank you for being patient, my dear friends. We should be in the clear now. I shouldn't have to do any more adjustments. So it's really important that you recognize your own success, honor your gifts. Other people see you as more gifted than you see you. And it's important that you do this quickly. So use the mirror. You go in. Thank you, Louise Hay, who's just one of my heroes, not alive anymore, but her videos are fantastic on YouTube. Look yourself in the mirror, look yourself right in the eye, and say, congratulations. I love how successful you are. Got it? Congratulations. I love how successful you are. And I say you are because you're speaking to yourself in the mirror. This will help you. When people give you compliments, when people give you the gift of a treat that's a compliment, be sure to say thank you. Don't say, oh no, who, me? Oh, it's nothing. Oh, it's nothing. Stop saying that. When you receive a compliment, Liz, say thank you. I appreciate it. You do deserve success. Okay. If this is true, whoever this is true for, you want to be able to do this trick. You must recognize how successful you are so that you will draw more clients to yourself, right? Look yourself right in the mirror. I'm proud of you. You've worked hard for this success. You're doing great. You are welcome, Liz. I'm glad you're here to hear. This is a really powerful reading. Remember that it was upside down, meaning it has extra meaning. Beautiful. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, Mrs. Jones, I love that name, Mrs. Jones. And Mrs. Jones, you are in the coaching business. And so I love that about you. In fact, this last reading may have been very good for you, Mrs. Jones, because there are so many people in the helping professions. They're excellent at what they do, but they just don't have the client base that they want. And so an affirmation that it continues to work for me. I am so happy and thankful now that the exact right people are booking their sessions with me. I am so happy and relieved now that I know for sure how successful I am. These things work. It's the art of allowing. Okay, so Mrs. Jones, let's hit up Mrs. Jones. Ooh, Mrs. Jones. Again, so a double meaning. First of all, if you've just tuned in, this reading is for you. I have claimed all the upside down cards are good for the collective as well as my guest at the party. So do hit that thumbs up and claim this reading for yourself. Let's see what we have for Mrs. Jones. Ooh, I love this, Mrs. Jones. Wild dog, answer the call. Mrs. Jones, you're doing it, aren't you? Yes, you are. You have a call to be a helper and to uplift people, and you are excellent. Hi, Anshuman. I will be glad to add your name. Anshuman, you were here for the dice game the other day, weren't you? Wasn't that fun? Okay, so what we have here is this the wild side. So, Mrs. Jones, I feel like part of you has been a little bit doubtful, that you have been feeling, I'm a, maybe I shouldn't be a coach. I mean, there are a gazillion coaches. I mean, what makes me different? How can I fit? Where am I supposed to be? I like to dress differently. I walk to a different drummer. My ears, look at how big those ears are. Hey, Tretis, welcome. THunter, I will put you on the list. I'm glad you're here for a live, my friend. But Mrs. Jones, don't be worried that you're not like everybody else. You should celebrate that you're not like everybody else, right? Now, I will tell you, like I said, even in my own family, I do get some teasing or people raise their eyebrows and they think, oh, brother, there's Catherine over there doing a YouTube channel. Doesn't she know she's a grandmother and she should be knitting sweaters or something? And they don't understand what I do. Oh, Mrs. Jones, I'm so glad you're here to hear this because we must be we must beat the drum of our own success. So number one, Mrs. Jones, be sure I hope you were here for that last reading for Liz, where you stand in front of the mirror and you just speak to yourself, right? You say, speak to you, speak to me, look in the mirror and say, I am so happy and relieved now that I know I can be my full self as a coach. I am so happy and relieved now that I have so many people who resonate with my odd personality. We need to claim it, name it and claim it from those old days. Absolutely. There's something wild about you that can't be tamed, and it's partly because you have chosen an alternative path. Now, Mrs. Jones, I'm kind of picking up a hit here that you have a different career, that you're double dipping right now, that you're doing the coaching, but there's another source of income for you. And I will tell you, don't feel that that's negative. often I call these things bridge jobs. You know, you're bridging the gap between having a few clients to having many clients. And over 20 years, I've taught people this stuff. The thing is that I've had a lot of side hustles. I love side hustles because, especially for cash, if you can do a side hustle for cash, how fun is that, right? Also, you may want to collaborate. um, Mrs. Jones, you may want to find a different professional that you can collaborate with, where maybe there's somebody who practices Reiki in your town, or there's somebody that does massage in your town. And you could say, let's get together and create an event. I do collaborations here. I share my screen and I do readings and provide help for people in groups. And that's something I love to do. So if anybody is listening and you want to do a collaboration with me, absolutely reach out, because we birds of a feather flock together. And maybe somebody would even come into your coaching practice because they met you over here. And I would say for those of you guys who are interested in life coaching, go follow Mrs. Jones. And when you follow her, say, I found you over there at Pattern Breaker. I'm so glad I met you, right? Referrals mean the world and they can really grow your practice. But I would say, watch for side hustles. I do house sitting. I do writing for people. I walk dogs for people. There's lots of different ways to do side hustle to keep yourself solid while you're building your practice. Do not be shy. Do not hide your style. You are built exactly right. There's nothing about you that needs adjusting except your own self concept to say, look, I'm not everybody's cup of tea, but I'm somebody's champagne, right? So that's what we're after. You do have a call on your life, Mrs. Jones. It's no accident you found my readings today. And everybody, let's just hit the heart over there and just throw love on Mrs. Jones and her coaching practice, and that we here are together, united, lifting up your success. Okay, my friend? Thank you guys. I love it. I create magic every day. Look at that. I don't even have a heart button and I can make them flow. Okay, moving forward. Y'all are so patient. I am grateful that you're hanging in with me. Elyssa, you have been here and so patient. You're welcome, my dear Mrs. Jones. Do go to my website, manifestfaster.com, Mrs. Jones, and check out Start Here, and you'll see how I have leveraged my material into a different form. Okay, so let's go forward here, and we have Elyssa. Elyssa, oopsie, Elyssa, let me sip my tea. Oh, I love that you're a grandma, a granny with special power. Amen. Well, that's part of it. I'm 72 years old. And every time I say that, people say, you are not. And they argue with me. I said, trust me, I've lived every year of this 72 years. But a lot of times we don't really know how to transition from decade to decade. And it gets easier and easier to be willing to let go and to be willing to grow when the time is clicking, right? They talk about biological clock. Okay, Elisa, uh, here is your card. And again, those of you who have just tuned in, because I know people, it's like sampling at Baskin Robbins ice cream store. Some people just come in for a quick sample and they don't stick around. But I appreciate when y'all do check me out. And if you're here just for this minute, remember that when a card comes up reversed, it's especially for people that are here for just for a second. This is your reading. Do not click away. And Elisa, this means for you, there's like a exclamation point on this reading. It's very important for you. Okay. Ooh, ice cream. Yeah, see, you know what? The last time I craved ice cream, what happened? I think it was, oh yeah, my son actually gave me a gift card for the neighborhood ice cream store. And I thought, see how manifestation works? It came to me at no cost. So, okay, playfulness. So, my dear Elisa, now remember we had that card. So let's take a look. I'm going to just go back. Hold on, please. I'm just going to go back a couple cards. Because look at the energy difference in these two cards, okay? Look at this energy difference. One is fighting over something, and the other is still tussling over something, right? But it's not a fight. So, Elisa, there's been a person, there's a situation in your life where you have taken things a little too personally. Now, you guys, you know, you've been here for some other readings, and you know, I don't, uh, you know that I don't um, mince my words. I absolutely call it like I see it. So, Elisa, there's something here in your life. There's a situation where you're taking it too seriously. Okay. You think it's a fight and it's not. You think, Elisa, that you have to be right about something. I don't know what this is. Could be in your it could be in your a career. It could be in a relationship. I'm not getting clarity on that, but I am getting the clarity that you need to not take it so seriously. Now, when I look at these two dogs, I feel like this dog is playful. You know, there's a little bit more joy. This one has a look of, oh, brother. Now, this could be a brother of yours, but there's just something that's tired of this game. Okay, so spirit is here to show you that when you take a more playful attitude, and you don't take it too seriously, you're going to resolve it. All right. Sometimes, if you're like me, you could have been raised in a family of sarcastic people. And sarcasm is like a rude joke, right? Where they poke fun at you and then they say, you have a thin skin, you have no sense of humor, the constant teasing. And this look on this dog's face, it completely makes me think of that. It's just being teased too much. The easy way for you to deal with this is just to start telling yourself the truth. I am so grateful and excuse me, I'm so happy and grateful now that I see it's all in fun. I am so relieved and um, satisfied. I'm so relieved and satisfied now that I realize I don't have to take it seriously. It's not easy to be teased. It does sting, but it's not fatal. All right. So, what you're going to do is to notice when you're feeling annoyed, notice it, and then just say it to yourself. Don't say it out loud, just say, this is annoying, and I'm going to choose to think about something else. I'm annoyed, and I'm going to choose to think about something else. What in your life brings you pleasure? Do you own a card deck? Sometimes picking your own card is a good idea. Many times, just running your wrists under cold water is enough to shock you out of ridiculousness. Many times, taking a walk, listening to a comedy. I love to watch bloopers from movies and from the news, and bloopers help me laugh. But the bottom line is take it what's bothering you. If you don't like being teased, your affirmation will be, even though I don't know how, I'm not so sensitive right now. Even though I don't know how, I'm seeing things more playfully now. You can train yourself to ignore teasing. You can. It's possible. But this is important. There's a relationship here that's being compromised because they are teasers and it's hard for you to accept. Now, if you want to handle it directly, here's how to do it. I love the phrase, oh, hang on. Oh, I know you would never intentionally hurt my feelings. Okay? That's how you start. You say to your loved one, I know you would never intentionally hurt my feelings, but when you tease me, it hurts my heart. Okay, take that in. Even though, um, you hey, let me back up. I know you would never intentionally hurt my feelings. When you say that to anyone, they're going to be disarmed because it's true. But when you tease me, it hurts my feelings. Okay. It's best if you can say this to them in a clean environment. Like just when they teased you wickedly is not the time to say it because your feelings are hurt. But sometimes when you're with your person and it's a neutral situation, you can say, I know you love me. I know you love me. But yesterday when you were teasing me about my outfit, it broke my heart. They might say back to you, please don't, well, that's your fault. And you say, and then you say, I hear you. And I know you would not intentionally hurt me. That's your magical words, okay? Okay, let's move forward. And we have Saretta. Saretta, you have been so kind, and I know that you have received a lot of wisdom so far. As you get your card. You are welcome, Elyssa. Oh, Kelly, I'm glad I'm hearing you too, because it made me feel happier to be able to say your name, Kelly. Okay. Who's next? What did I just say? I'm Saretta. Okay, Saretta. Let's see what we have for you. Oh, I appreciate your company, Saretta. Are you new to my channel? I don't remember seeing you before. I'm so glad you're here. Every Sunday I do tarot parties, so please do come back. For those who are just joining, welcome. I'm happy that you're here at my party. I appreciate you. Ooh, Saretta, look what Source has for you. Isn't this a fun card? All right. Okay. Okay. So I feel, Saretta, that there's something you're not seeing. There's something you're not aware of. Um, when I look at this, like I say, if it were Murphy, if Murphy were here looking at, if this was Murphy sitting here, we would not see this picture. We would not see him because he would have grabbed one of those phones and run off because his um, he always carries his treat to a different place. One of his favorite is, I'll read the list. I'll read the list as soon as I'm finished with this reading. Okay, Anshuman. Murphy, I don't know why he does this, but whatever treat I give him, and carrots, believe it or not, carrots are his favorite treat. Isn't that why I have raw carrots? But if I give him a treat, he runs to the pillow and eats it. So this dog is not connecting with his treat. I think the dog is dreaming of a dog biscuit. He's like laying there. You know how dogs move their legs when they're sleeping. I love how they do that. But that he is not running. He's not partaking. He's not eating the treat. So I feel like for you, Saretta, there's something that's coming your way, something that you have been dreaming about. It could be a partner, it could be a position, a career position, but the deal is that you need to start nibbling. So, what action step can you take towards the thing that you're wanting? So, let's say that you're wanting a love connection. I'm just going to use example because I don't know what's happening for you. I'm going to use both love and career. So, let's say that you're wanting movement in your career, excuse me, in your love life. So, you've dreamed and you see, what life would be like with your person and how fulfilling it would be, how delicious it would be, how different there'd be different aspects to enjoy, but nothing's coming yet. So, an action step you could take is this is a fun one, okay? And this involves connecting with your future self. Okay, so your future self is someone who it's a part of your energy that's already living in your future. I know that's weird to think of it that way, but it is true that there's a part of you who is strongly aware of what life will be like for you when you have your true love. So get a journal paper out and write a letter to yourself from the future. And you write, Dear Saretta, I am so happy for you. Look at what is happening. Look at how happy you are with your partner. Look at how much you enjoy cooking the food and being with your partner. So when you write a letter from your person from your future self to yourself, you're taking an action step. The same is true if you have with your job, in your future job. What will it be like for you? And write a letter to yourself. Yes, Saretta, excellent. Because when you take an action step that's based in your faith in source, that source is putting things together for you to find what you're looking for. You do want to check out my website, that place that says start here, because it's a full library of techniques that you can use right now to take steps toward your future. Action steps, forcing it and making a lot of effort to get what you're wanting is not the same as inspired action. Okay, so Saretta, check out the website, go to start here, and just scroll through, and you will find a source. They all have action steps in them, and they're inspired. Okay. Excellent reading. And thank you, Saretta, for being here. Okay, let me, first of all, thank you to Kelly. Thank you to Bina for housekeeping and helping the site, helping the stream, helping the party to flow smoothly. I truly appreciate you. Okay. All right. Now let's see. I will be putting timestamps in so that you can go back and find your reading. So please do look forward to that. And then now we have SumTymz, MagiKel, and Kritika, Anshuman, and Threadis. Okay. And I think, and let me look at the time. Okay, so we've already been going 106 minutes. Oh my gosh, these go so long. And I love, 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 love reading my cards for you. And I love tarot parties. So if you're loving tarot parties too, hit the thumbs up. If you have not hit thumbs up yet, you definitely want to, because that's my sign that you all are enjoying the tarot parties, and we will continue to offer them on Sundays. Okay, so my next person is some Tim's. Let's pull a card for you, and then MagiKel. Kritika, you're next, and then Anshuman and Threadis. Okay, some Tim's. Oh, a little boredom going on. Did you did you know that boredom is actually your friend? Is Could boredom be a friend sometimes? I'm so excited that am I saying your name right? Sometimes. Duh. Oh my gosh, I just looked at it sometimes. Very clever. Okay, so absolutely here, what we have sometimes is that sometimes boredom is a good thing. Okay, sometimes boredom is something that is good for the brain, absolutely. It's good for the imagination because when you were a little kid, we would sometimes say to our parents, "I'm bored." My mom used to say, "Go outside and play," and and she even locked the door sometimes. Now I know that may be a different time and different place, and I lived in a safe community, but I have 7 brothers, guys, and I want to tell you, when it's the middle of summer. she wanted us out climbing trees, playing in the fields, catching butterflies. I lived in a very safe place. And there were times that she would doink, turn off the key to get back in. And now, when we have so much social media and you can always find something to watch or always find entertainment, we don't have the chance for boredom that much. And so what I'm aware of here, this almost looks like static, like interference. So I feel like sometimes I think it would be a good idea to take a break from social media, and this could be true from for some other people too, that you just take a break and yeah, yeah, all younger than me. Kelly, can you believe it? But just take a break, squeeze out some time where you leave your device off and just allow yourself to kind of meander around the house and be bored and watch where your mind goes because I have a feeling that your mind is trying to get your attention. There's something that's been meaning, I've been meaning to do that. I've been meaning to get around to that. You know what I mean? And so there's something trying to get your attention. So time to sit and stay. Are you a meditator? Um, sometimes I am a new devotee. I've listened to guided meditations for literally decades, and I love them. But lately, I've been studying with a man named Henry Shookman, and he has an app called The Way. It's a very easy app to find. It's called The Way. And it's fantastic. It starts off with just 10 minutes a day. And now I'm going to 15 minutes a day. And it's more the silent kind of meditation. He does a little bit of teaching, and I so appreciate. Oh, it's try this app, would you sometimes? Because I love it. It's so short, 10 minutes, and he gives you 12 sessions to try, and then you can join, and it's very inexpensive. I think it's $12 a month, so it's not terrible to join. But even those first 12 sessions, his voice is so comforting and his teachings are solid because as we incorporate a little bit of silence, our mind does, our mind absolutely relishes those moments of silence, okay? So let me just write it down. This Wu Wei Wisdom is a website on and a YouTube channel for working with the inner child. And then the app is called The Way. Okay, it's really good. I love it and I don't miss it. I do. He's a very good teacher and I love how it's set up. It's set up like a game, like a map, and I find it very, very soothing. So, sometimes it's important to turn off your devices for a little bit and spend some time in quiet. Another way is just walking, taking a walk and enjoying nature. I'm lucky to be able to do that in my neighborhood. I'm lucky to be able to walk next to trees and I get to see butterflies and dragonflies and flowers. And I know that this is an uplift to my life. Yeah, check out The Way. Let me know. I think you guys will love it. Okay, so MagiKel, Kritika, Anshuman, and Threadis are next. So let's take a peek here for MagiKel. MagiKel, excellent. This card is full of energy. Notice how it moved itself. So, MagiKel, this means that this message is for the collective, everybody. If you just tuned in right this second, this is your card. Any of the cards that come through upside down are my sign that our visitors can join the energy of the called guest. And so the guest of the moment is MagiKel. Aw, mhm, I love this. Okay, this brings up some guilt feelings in me when I see it. You might wonder, why would I feel guilty looking at this card? Mainly because when Murphy expresses himself, more often than not, I am annoyed by it. Okay, I'm telling the truth. He has a bit of a shrieky bark, and when he notices somebody walking by, those of you, you've heard him on past readings, and luckily he's sound asleep over there. But there are times when he barks where it annoys me, and I'm quick to scold him or I've got a squirt bottle and I squirt him, which quiets him down. Um, because sometimes barking is inconvenient. However, I have to admit I'm grateful when he barks. If there's something going on outside my apartment, if there would be somebody that would be not somebody who's not supposed to be there, they may leave because they hear him barking. So he definitely is blessed. His barks are a blessing. So I say that for you, MagiKel, because sometimes I think when you have spoken your truth, that people have not welcomed it, that people may have been annoyed because they did not want to hear your opinion. They did not want to hear what you have to say. Now, I have to tell you, as a older parent, because my children are in their 40s, and when my children roll their eyes at something I say, I don't like that feeling very much. Rarely do they come out directly and say, Mom, I don't want to hear your opinion. But they may be snarky with me, they may tease me, but they shut me down if I let them. And so I've had to adjust myself to speak my truth. Now, the tip that I gave you a moment ago was I know you would not intentionally hurt me. I know with my family, I need to do that. I know I need to, just hearing my own self say it, because if I just suck it up and I absorb their dismissive attitude, it can hurt my feelings, but then I'm hurting my own feelings because I'm not saying anything. And so if they don't answer my text or if they are dismissive, I know I can make a strategy for myself, MagiKel, where at a calm time, not in the middle of when I have hurt feelings, because I don't want to express myself when my feelings are hurt, because then it's kind of cringy. But when we're having a good time together, and we're just neutral, where there's no hassle, then I could say, and say my son's name, I'm not going to say his name, but honey, I know you would never intentionally hurt my feelings. And I can just imagine he would look at me like, what? And then I would say, but when you don't answer your text, I worry. And it hurts my feelings that you don't answer my text. It opens a conversation. He might say to me, oh, I'm just so busy. I don't mean it. I'm like, "Oh, okay, I appreciate that. But I just wanted to speak my mind. Right. So, Magical, I feel like you're in that position where there's something you need to say to somebody. You're going to feel better if you say it. And that magic phrase, I know you would never intentionally hurt me. There's another situation that I can teach you guys about telling your truth, and it's called the Oreo technique. Oreo cookie. So what it is you say a compliment, like, I really admire how dedicated you are to being a dad. That's a compliment to my son. And then I put in the correction. Um, so I would say, I know la, 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 compliment. You're such a great dad, and I love that about you. When you do ignore my texts, I feel discounted and it hurts my feelings. And I also know that you would never intentionally do that because you're so fair-minded, right? So what you can do is squeeze your little bit of a corrective message in between a couple of compliments. It's called the Oreo technique, okay? So there's your message, Magical. Take a risk, speak your truth. It will be worth it for you, okay? And Kritika, welcome back. I know you were here the other day. So let me just grab. If you're here for the first time, welcome. I'm Catherine. This card is for you. I have a lot of people that do pop into the readings. They only stay for a second. So if this is you, this is your card. When the card comes reversed, I know the collective is being served. Meanwhile, this card is for Kritika. Seize the day, seize the frisbee. Okay. Welcome back, Kritika. So there's something going on right here, right now. There's something you need to do. There's something that's been on your mind. You've been procrastinating about something. Now, I know this is good for the collective because everybody procrastinates. It's a human condition. So, right now, if you're within the sound of my voice, do ask yourself what is top on the list that you've been putting off? Is there a bill that needs to be paid? Is there a phone call that needs to be made? Something is nagging at you from the inside, and you haven't been able to take action on it. It could be oopsie, it could be something regarding your family of origin, because this red frisbee, it's the color of the root chakra, which is my sign that there's something involved with family of origin. But the thing is that today's the day. So make a game out of it. Make a, you know, create a motivation within yourself to get something done. Even though or so pick your thing. Let's say I'm going to pick something like cleaning. Okay, so with your health and love, okay. But even though health and love are on your mind, there's a life task that you need to take care of. Okay, there's something you're procrastinating on. I'm going to use cleaning out the refrigerator as my example because almost everybody has something that needs to be done that just hanging over your head. Cleaning out your car, another good one. Cleaning the cobwebs in the corners of your house. I could do that today for myself. But there's an action that's been on your mind. Freeing up the energy around that will guide you in your desired areas. What I would like is pick that task. Let's say for me, it's cleaning my cobwebs. And I would use the affirmation, even though I don't know how, my cobwebs are all gone right now. Let's say it's cleaning out your closet that's full of most of the clothes in the closet you don't even wear anymore, right? Go through that closet, make a giveaway pile, give away some of that stuff. Even though I don't know how, my closet is in order now. Even though I don't know how, my that bill is paid right now. If you can't pay the whole bill, pay $10 toward it. But I'll guarantee you there's something nagging at you. Something is getting your attention. It doesn't have to do with your health or love, but it's a task that when you think of it, it drains your energy because it's not done yet. Okay? So there you have it. Make a game out of it. Create that affirmation. First, you pick your thing you're going to do. Maybe it's calling your mother. Maybe you've been inside, you know she wants to hear from you, but you haven't done it. So even though I don't know how, I've taken care of that thing right now. Got it? Do it. Atta girl. Way to go. Okay, Anshuman, welcome back. Glad that you're here. And then we have Threadis. And Threadis, you will be the final reading for today. So if you're here and I didn't call your name, please absorb these collective readings. Oh, good. Excellent. Excellent. I am so glad that it makes sense for you because often the things that we are so needing are tied in a knot because of something we're not doing. Okay, so on human, this is an important message. It's because it's reversed and it means pay attention. And then those of you in the collective who have just joined me, this card is for you so you can piggyback on top of the reading for Ons Human. And also, please do hit that thumbs up. If you're here and you want to support me, that's the very best way you can support me. It will invite more people to the tarot party. And next week, I'll be here at the same time, same place. Okay, so on human, look at this dog. There is, if you guys want to be hilarious, go to YouTube and look up guilty dog videos. I am not kidding. You will howl with laughter. For some reason, dogs have emotion, that we know for sure. But the guilty dog videos where dogs tear up the garbage and they look so guilty, they will make you laugh so hard, and laughter is a medicine. So right now, as human, I feel like this could be your whole reading that I don't even need to say anything else to you. Because right now, I want to tell you that there's such a thing as false guilt and real guilt. False guilt is something all humans have to deal with, even dogs have to deal with it because many times we feel guilty for things we shouldn't. For example, with the last card where we were telling Magic, we were talking to Kritika about speaking the truth, oh no, that was, wait, we got to go back here to this one, speak your truth. And a lot of times you speak your truth. And then everybody's mad at you, and you can feel guilty. You're just like, I shouldn't have said that. No, if you have an honest thought, you get to say it. The rules of life are you get to express yourself. So sometimes humans can throw guilt on a person. Have you ever tried to break up with somebody and they said, I'm going to do something stupid. I'm going to jump off a bridge if you dare break up with me, right? And those what makes you feel guilty. And you're like, look, I just want to break up. This is done. I'm leaving. If you want to go swim, but I am leaving. So right now on human, I feel like there's definitely something going on. You feel guilty, but it is not real guilt. Did you rob a bank? Did you slap someone? Did you say something mean and make someone cry? Did you hurt someone? These are real guilt. And sometimes you need to make amends and you need to look at a person and say, look, I messed up. When I said that, I know I hurt your feelings and I'm sorry. Owning stuff is key to successful life, but false guilt can lock you up and it's not fair. Okay. So you need to recognize if it's false guilt and you have to just dismiss it. Even though I don't know how, I don't feel guilty right now. Even though I don't know how, I'm free of false guilt right now. Even though I don't know how, I'm resilient now. You can put it off. It's not yours to carry. Okay. Oh, there's your thing. Look up YouTube guilty dogs videos and giggle your way into a better mood. Okay. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for having that card. I love it. I need to do that too. And I don't want to guilt my own children. Like I said, like if one of my kids doesn't answer my texts, I don't want to say, you should be asking, you should answer your text. I mean, what if something happened? Well, how dare you not answer me? And that just throws false guilt on them, and that's totally unfair. And that's something we want to avoid. Redis, my dear T Hunter, again, one of my most faithful subscribers. T, you come to almost every single one of my little bitty readings. You guys, I put out little vitamins for your soul every day, just about every day. I toss little tiny 13-second videos. Everybody has time for 13 seconds. And T Hunter, I notice your comments all the time. So it is my deep pleasure to give you this reading today, the final reading of the day. And if you're just stopping in, you are more than welcome here. Thank you for joining in. And please take this message to heart. Hiya, Ritz. How you doing? Okay, so Threadis, isn't this darling? Look at this little dog. Look at that dog. There's a lot of fear here with this dog. And again, it's when we look at shame and we look at false guilt, we were just talking about false guilt in that last card and shame here. And what I see here is I see a message in shame. And so what I'm seeing is like seeing humans as more than me. I don't know why I'm saying that. Seeing humans as more than me. I feel like sometimes our self concept can see other humans as being more valuable, seeing humans as more than me. And I feel that's a real important um, message for people who feel embarrassed. Okay. Embarrassed. I, for example, many years ago, I did Anshuman, I just finished your reading right before this one. But many times, even with me, I used to not like my voice. I didn't like hearing my own voice. I was embarrassed. Now imagine what kind of reader would I be if I didn't like my own voice? So the fact that I was embarrassed by certain parts of my personality, I had to begin self acceptance in a big way. So I feel like, Threadis, there's something going on with you where you feel that others are more valuable than you, that you feel unworthy. Is that possible for you, Threadis? What I'm doing, and Threadis is Hunter. So when I look at this again, I don't think you were here early, is with the Wu Wei Wisdom. Okay, Wu Wei Wisdom is a channel here on YouTube, and they are wonderful about helping people accept their personality. Okay, because your personality is uniquely yours. You can't compare it to other humans. There's only one Threadis. There's only one. And every emotion that a human feels is common with all other humans. Okay, so everyone is embarrassed at one time or another. Everyone. And shame, of course, is a deeper, more difficult emotion than being embarrassed. But I like to use embarrassment because it is gentle. Okay, because we cause our own suffering if we believe that other humans are better than we are. So this my heart is so tender for you, Threadis, because you're a grandmother like I am. And many times as we go through life, we do have so many times where our actions cause us our own embarrassment, but we also realize that that is passing. Embarrassment is just part of being human. But definitely look into that Wu Wei YouTube channel. It's a couple, and they do the most beautiful work with self-love. I think it'll really help you. So those of you who are still watching, let's tap on those hearts, please. Let's just throw love towards Threadis that she can release the embarrassment and about her personality, that she can accept herself more deeply. There you go. Thank you guys. Make my magic happen. Love you all so much. Thank you guys for being here, for participating in the party today. I love it. I welcome you always to the party. And please do subscribe to the channel so that you're notified when I go live. And I will be here next Sunday for our usual Sunday tarot party, but I'm always pulling surprises on my subscribers. So you might see me in a live this week. Thank you so much for Kelly. And would you like to be a moderator, Kelly? I would be happy to include you if you would like that. That would be fantastic. Just contact me by email and let me know. Okay. It's patternbreakertarot@gmail.com. I love you all so much. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for being here and celebrating with me. And I will see you next week. Bye, you guys.